This is Dr. Neufeld going over for students and parents some of the technology now that we're using since we're on school closure. This is going over my website, which is really important right now since we're not meeting at school, and also a little bit about Google Classroom. So again, this is my website, drneufeld.com. One thing I like to put on here is the time in different places around the world, and you can change that to see what time it is. Just click on the country, and it will name the city. So in Mexico City, here in Argentina, Buenos Aires. Okay, if you continue down, I try to change this picture every day based on the unit that we're studying. This is a picture that I took of the bullet train that I rode in Tokyo, Japan. I took the bullet train from Tokyo to Kyoto. Okay, and so now next, if you look here at the icons, daily updates. This is really important. If you go to daily updates on podcast, this is what I change every day. This keeps you informed of what is happening and what we're doing. So for example, on our block day, Wednesday, Thursday, this goes over the chapter test that we started, about our KWL assignment that's due tonight, 10 p.m., our table of contents. So this discusses everything in the past, and it goes back through the last unit that we did. So you can check this every day to keep up to date. Now here, I had started to post extra credit and extra points, but it turned out to be so many things. I created a new page here, extra points during school closure. Here's one example, a good way to get some extra credit. We're studying Asia right now, so you can eat Mongolian food or Vietnamese, Cambodian, anything like that. Take a picture, and I will give you extra credit. Now, extra points is where if you complete this assignment, I give you an A for this assignment. It's still a form of extra credit. One thing I really think is really important is if you were to write a journal about what is happening right now in history, because this is truly a monumental event, something you're going to want to share with your family as you get older and your own kids. So this is available on Google Classroom, and I'll go through that in just a minute. I post extra points every once in a while since we're studying Asia. I said if you watch the movie I have on the Ninjas, a 25-minute video, and answer some questions, give me a little summary, I give you points. Latest one I added, next week we're going to start our next unit on the Middle Ages, and that's a time when Black Death, the plague, happened. So here's a fantastic video about what happened during the Middle Ages. This is a 48-minute video. Again, this is all extra. You do not have to do this work if you don't want to, but so many of us have extra time right now at home. This is some great things to get some extra points. Then go down to the agenda. I change this every day. So, for example, KWL is due at 10 p.m. tonight, and I gave you the Chapter 8 test earlier this week. It is due by Sunday night, 10 p.m. So I change that every day. That's the agenda. Spiral table of contents. Again, here's some videos explaining about the checklist, how we create a table of contents, how to get an A on your spiral. But here's our table of contents on our unit that we're coming to an end. So these are all the homework assignments that we completed. This is the assignment number, assignment title, if it was on a computer or on paper, and the due date, and was worth 10 points. Now, all of this could change now that we are at home. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to turn this in. We'll just take it on a day-by-day basis. But normally, what I would say, this is due when we do return. But again, we'll watch through that as time goes by. At the bottom here is a checklist when we do turn it in. Here's the table of contents from our last unit on Africa. So, okay, then we also have, I'm just going to go through the things really fast, things that are really important right now. Here's some extra credit. And again, some websites, if you're working on extra credit, any of those is fine. Now, I'm going to pass over to the unit that we're just completing. This is the unit on Asia. So this is the reward film that we saw, Mongols. Here's the trailers about the movie. Our next one, though, which we're going to see next week, is The Last Samurai. That's why next week, since we're at home, we're going to start on the Middle Ages. And I hope that we could see this when we return, because it's such a fantastic reference to everything that we learned about Japan. And again, a fantastic movie, but it's great confirmation and introduction to a little bit more about what we learned about Japan. So we'll see this, I hope, when we return. Then here's assignments on the timeline, Cornell notes, etc. Right here is where you can click to take you to the textbook that is online. Now, all of you should have a paper version, but this is how you can see my Cornell notes as an example for yours. Now, this is a very good example, too, where I give some extra credit. One of those was about the ninjas. It says, go to my Chapter 8, Lesson 3 Cornell notes, and then scroll down. This was about the samurai and the shoguns. And this is where there is the video about the ninjas. So I'm giving extra credit on some of these other videos as well. You can watch those at any time. These are fantastic video clips that I've added. Right now I've just put the one about the ninjas, but we have all these other videos on all the other lessons. Also, some of you like to get extra credit on these puzzles. Here's a site for that. Now, I just opened here Middle Ages. This is the unit we're going to start on Monday, and our reward film on that unit is Joan of Arc. This, I think, is my favorite of all the ones that I show throughout the year. There's some video clips from that, so you can check that out. So again, this is my website. Take a look at that every day to keep abreast of what's happening. Now, another thing, on Google Classroom, I'm going to click, I'm going to use second period as an example. This is what so many students do, and I have been saying all year long, do not look at the assignments this way. This has all the assignments for the whole year, and everything is all mixed up. It can be dependent on due date or date that I altered it. What I always tell you to do is go to classwork, because I give you assignments based on a folder in which I inserted those assignments. For example, here's all the extra points assignments. A video on Black Death, video on the ninjas, the journal. For example, if you click on the journal, this describes the assignment, and I see in second period only one person is doing it. But if you click down here, this is where I think it'd be great for you to write down every 1 or 2 days what is happening in our society right now. This is monumental. I'm posting my own to give you a little reference of how to write this, but I think this is a fantastic assignment, and I will keep giving more points for those who do that. Here's a video about the ninjas. So again, gives a description. In second period, 2 people are doing it. And here's the assignment. It tells you where to get a link for the video. Go to my website is probably the easiest one. And tell me about the who, what, when, where, and why. What did you learn in this 25-minute video about the ninjas? Again, this is all extra credit. You do not have to complete this assignment. So this is under the folder, extra points during school closure. Now, here is, let me go back here. Here's the folder about geography. Now, normally geography is on our spiral notebook, but now for those who aren't able to print the maps that I put on my website, you could complete it here on the internet. So if you complete it on the internet, it looks like 16 people did it. In fact, let's go ahead and open it up. It's on a slideshow presentation. This is where I say write down the names of the countries, and I post the names on my website. Here's the map. I'd like for you to insert the names of the countries in the right spot. If it's a small country like United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait, you could draw a line. In this case, there are 2 maps. Here's the map of the islands of Japan. This is where you name the 4 main islands. You can either do it this way or do it on paper if you can print it out at home. So this is the geography folder. Now, the folder that we're just completing is the unit on Asia. You can see how it goes backwards. Here's information on the chapter test. Here's all our spiral assignments, and that's why I put them in order by number. And the assignment that is due tonight at 10 p.m. is KWL in Asia. You already did the KW. You told me what you know and what you want to know. Tonight, tell me what you learned about Asia after this unit. So for this unit, we went from assignment 42 to 55. Now, to take the chapter test, if you click here, this gives you the link for the website in test mode to take the chapter test. So all of this is on classwork. So please organize your Google Classroom by clicking on classwork, because I put everything in folders. This keeps it all organized for you. So, and one last thing, remember we have Quizlet. I post our geography every week on Quizlet. Here's Geography 19. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ways to practice Geography 19. Now we'll take the quizzes when we get back, but this is a good way, and I've created one for every website. So, again, this is Dr. Neufeld. I hope students and parents understand a little bit more, because there's so much here involved on learning on the internet. My website is really important, but so is Google Classroom. So if you ever have any questions, please email me, and we'll see how this goes. Again, this is Dr. Neufeld for Team USC World History. Thank you.